Excellence.
Leadership.
I would say responsive.
It's a resource.
Helpful.
A partner.
Cooperation instead of competition.
Cooperation.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
Town.
I would say heart.
And what has made it my passion for nearly 20 years is that economic development means something different to everyone.
Yeah.
Whether you are a board member, a professional that's in it, or just someone that never will define it the way we would, but their life has been impacted by the work. And so we often talk about that in the office. Why? What's the why? You know, why would we do this project versus another? Why would we invest this way? And it really has been a fun experience. You know, this project started out just wanting to dive into Manufacturing Week and celebrate manufacturing throughout the corridor, because along with agriculture, it's our heart and soul. You know, ag-led innovation, and that's where a lot of these manufacturing companies have started in their generational businesses. So what started as a small project really grew, but it also grew to include the fact that economic development comes full circle. It isn't just a one-off project. It really takes a culture of people working together as partners to make phenomenal things happen.
You know, one of the early things that we did was take an old building out in the industrial park that was wore out, and now it's where MWI is located. And, you know, I mean, that was a decrepit, terrible-looking building, and basically reskinned it. Now that's mostly Spencer, but I mean the bottom line is it's all part of the corridor in creating jobs. To me, the other success is just getting people to work together.
So talk to us a little bit about the expansion project. You guys have been very busy. The corridor had been a part of helping to put the Shell building in the industrial park, and that is now part of your location. But let's talk a little bit about that project.
So that building sat empty for 10 years, I believe, looking for the right company to buy it, and we, at the time in 2018, one of our buy and resell products, so we'll buy it and it just goes on a truck. That product line and that company was very far behind. So we needed a place to house this new product line that we're going to start. Phil walked me in that building a couple months before the end of 2018 and said, "You think we can make this work?" And there we went. We signed the papers.
So considering that customer base, what do you think are the greatest benefits of having that strong economic development culture region-wide?
Yeah. So, you know, the corridor does a great job at what you guys do, but if you've got a vibrant area, a growing area, I think other businesses want to be in that area, and also do the people that are working in those areas. So being vibrant and growing is very, very important to what we see in our customer base. It attracts more business and more people. So it's pretty important for you guys, as you know, that's just to keep this corridor growing and being vibrant.
Some housing projects in different areas. We've been participated with the dwellings project up at Spirit Lake. That's been a big project that we participated with through our revolving loan fund, and developing 84 new condo townhome type units there on the east side of Indian Hills Golf Course.
So recently, you guys had an expansion project here in Spencer. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've, the facility is old, and so we've tried to add on to it. And most recently, our addition was very necessary and allowed us to grow, both on the food processing side and on the storage side. And there's room for more growth, I think, down the road. But it was a very good experience for us as a company. City, the corridor, everyone. We also have a facility in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's a different experience trying to grow in Omaha than it is in Spencer.
From that 30,000 foot in the air, this is our region.
Right.
And we've got a lot of tools we can use. How do we develop that?
Right. You know, it is easy to stay inside your fishbowl
Yeah.
and not look outside. And then you do start to focus on things that in that bigger picture aren't as important, those competition factors. So when I look at the corridor and what the 4-county region means versus individualized communities, we become a region of 65,000 people with a labor shed of 100,000, with a university, with 4 hospitals, with 2 amazing community colleges, and communities that are full of personality, and they're different. And so, you know, we aren't selling a community, and I think one of the biggest challenges has always been breaking down those geographical boundaries that were created for transactions years ago. And so we have to just think a little bit differently, but the more we do that, the more we're capable of.
Yeah.
And there really is so much opportunity here, again, from manufacturing and primary industry to retail to tourism. And every bit of growth in one spot is impacting the other. And so, you know, the more that communities find their asset and find how that improves each other, it's really just phenomenal work. Coming into the corridor as the new president and CEO, I just found it fascinating, the approach of the 4-county area, so that we really could bat above our class and really be competitive in a different way. Certainly with offering all of our different communities that have their unique assets, but healthcare is also part of that. So talk to me about your thoughts with the regional economic development approach as it relates to your business and, again, economic development as a whole.
Oh, sure. You know, absolutely. The corridor is really fortunate. We have 4 high-quality hospitals, one in each of the 4 counties. And probably what, again, public might not realize is, you know, why each hospital works at its own strategic plans and initiatives to meet the local needs. We do collaborate around a range of services. A lot of that is around physician recruitment. We share a lot of the same specialty doctors. And we come together quite frequently. We're in a number of different joint business arrangements amongst the various hospitals. So I think sometimes people look at businesses in the corridor competing, and there's always some element of that, of course, but I would think there's more collaboration, and it's really helped to advance, I think, the overall outcomes related to healthcare in the corridor.
Being a small utility, whether it's economic development or power supply or buying ESPN, for instance, it's really about partnerships. And for us, when we look at the corridor, you know, it's a partnership of expertise. So we don't have the staffing to be experts in everything. Certainly in economic development, the corridor is that expertise for us. So it's an extension of our team when it comes to those type of resources.
Part of what we love about rural economic development is really that culture of support and everyone wanting to see others succeed. So tell me a little bit about some of the support that you received as you've gone through this process.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about like the women marketer in my lives, that I see them as mentors that have always done that. But really the community in general has accepted me more, I think, more than I put myself out there recently, than anything. So places like the Chamber of Commerce, when I went to them as I was growing my business, can you help me get referrals? I'd like to become a member. Those types of things are really great. So those are really important things, especially for small businesses. And I will tell all of my clients the same thing. Those entities, like you guys as well in the corridor, are there to help you and be that support system. Even when I didn't know what I was doing, you guys did, because you guys have dealt with all of these things before. So those are really strong support systems. I don't think sometimes small business owners think that way, as far as even internally marketing ourselves. Working with those kind of entities are really great, but also the community in general is welcoming and that type of thing too.
Corridor is a great resource for us in the fact that we can't be the experts in everything that we're doing.
Right.
And we can't be the experts in what this new environment that we're dealing with now. So the corridor can be our expert at that point in time. I feel that the corridor does a great job of collaborating with the 4 counties, with our school systems. with our area businesses to bring the best talent that there is, to bring the best opportunities that there are for us.
So your message to others that are considering returning home, not sure that they're really ready for that rural, what's your message?
Yeah, it's just really unique in that being plugged in and getting, I guess, as involved as you want to be really quickly is an opportunity here. And if you want to be involved in a community and find a place where you can, both probably see people that you grew up with, but meet new people. It's a very open and welcoming area. It's a beautiful area. We have tremendous recreational opportunities around here, good industry.
I just think it's one of the best things that we have going in the state of Iowa is our corridor. And I'm glad not everybody's doing it.
I love that.
Well, seriously, because one of the things that I learned since coming on the board is the depth of scope that the corridor has, and how you work with the state of Iowa, how we can work together as 4 counties and not be jealous of each other, thinking someone's getting a better deal than someone else, and that's not something I've ever experienced in my relationship with other county supervisors. I have people that sit in my chairs on my porch and quiz me about what's going on.
Yeah.
And so telling the story probably is one of the areas that we need to work on very, very definitely with a purpose.
Right.
And I know that not every organization that's making changes want that to be known.
Right.
So it's very difficult to do that.
Right, but very purposeful. We've been trying to name our video series here. Maybe that's it, just the front porch talks.
That's probably,
that might be perfect.
That's probably a good one.